Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing okay. I said I'd come on and do a video about PECs tonight. What is PECs and basically what is special educational needs or SEN. You might have heard me badgering on about it and be like, what is she going on about? But tonight I'm going to explain all. So, special educational needs, the term special educational needs SEN stands for special educational needs. You might have heard special educational needs and disabilities, which is SEND, or ALN, which is additional learning needs. This broadens the horizon on so many aspects of what could be going along the special needs for the term covering special educational needs. It has a wide range of conditions from learning difficulties to physical difficulties. A child is said to have additional needs or special educational needs if they have difficulties that make it harder for them to learn than other children. So, for instance, with my little boy, he is now on an EFS, which is early foundation stage, and he is monitored on all aspects. He is showing a 2-year age gap between him and his peers at the moment. So he requires more one-to-one supervision, one-to-one additional need range, or he wasn't a 1-to-2 basis. He wasn't a 1-to-3, but it has now recently gone down to back to a 1-to-1 again. These might be temporary or long-term, depending on what your child, again, varies on the range of special educational needs. It is different for all children. No child is ever the same. I want to talk to you more about the aspects of special educational needs and what PECS actually is. So, picture exchange communication systems is what PECS is. And PECS teaches expressive communication skills using pictures. So, as you've seen on my videos on previous ones, you would have seen picture cards. So something like, we have many variety of picture cards in our house. To start off with, when we first went through, I can't find it now, it wasn't here. When we first went through picture cards, we had none, and I didn't know what picture cards were, so I was stood making my own picture cards many nights. So something like no tablet, and we have a clock that I had pictures on it, so I'd colour in that section. And my little boy prefers colours and numbers, so Monday is number 1, Tuesday is number 2, Wednesday is number 3, Thursday is number 4, and so on, 5, 6, 7, the days of the week. So for instance, on a Thursday, which is number 5, on the clock we'd have the colour, we'd have the number, and then we'd have a certain time, like 5 o'clock, the tablet would go off then. PECS was developed in 1984 by Laurie Frost and Dr. Andrew Bondi. It has been proven many a time that it has helped not only to decrease tantrums, but if you think about the game of charades, for instance, where you can only use no words but pictures to communicate what you are doing, film, book, whatever it is. And if you think about a child with communication issues, and I'm going to use my little boy as an instance, we would often be having that rock battle issue of me guessing what he wanted, really, because he couldn't be able to say what he wanted to say. which would then end up him again in tears, causing tantrums, frustration, the communication issues, you know, and they're not meeting each other's needs. And, you know, eventually he'd just give up, you know. But now with the PECs and him taking me to where he wants me to take him, it has meant that we have been able to form a communication barrier, which has branched out in so many different ways that, you know, he can now put sentences together. You know, at first you'd be doing one single words like drink, you know, or wash face. Now we can put sentences together of what we're going to do in that day. So we could we'll have a story and then we'll have lunch. So then you can put two together. This would be a lot further down the line, like a lot further down the line, just because of how it takes time. It's a new skill really that you have to try and understand and master, and once you have got your PEC board, a massive thing again that I'm going to say is repetition, routine, having that same consistency. Well, you're going to be getting dressed at 8 o'clock and we are going to be getting in the car, and I know, let's say for instance we're going to be going to school. You know, these have to be every single day with consistency to keep the routine and the regularity in place. You know, people with developmental issues, or what people might say developmental disorders, find it a lot more harder to recognize things in the brain. So for instance, my little boy is a lot younger developmentally in his head, so we can't give him too many demands at once, so we have to do one at a time. We can now put the sentence together: we are going to the car, we are going to get in the taxi, we are going to go in the pram, we are going to go walking here. But putting that too much "we are going" on him could obviously put a PDA on him as well, and he can be resilient from that. But again, that is part of the special educational needs. That it is a very difficult journey, a very rough and tough journey to be on. But it is something that can give you absolute joy and pleasure, and a way that you can communicate with your children, in ways that I never thought my little boy would be able to. One major thing that I will say is, when you do say, for instance, like I just said, we are going to get your coat on, we're going to get dressed in the morning, we're going to get in the taxi and we're going to go to school. Please do make sure that, for instance, we have a box in our house. It was made for just a normal tissue box, but I wrapped it up so, you know, he can then put that card, you give that card to him to let him know that this is what we're doing now. Some of them, for instance, the playgroup session that we go to, we've had to make a separate one up because on a PEC card you don't have all the cards that you would need for your child, so you will have to add some to it. And sometimes we have used visual aids of that item, so his toy box where his toys are put away, every single one of them has a picture of either a car on it, or a horse, an animal, trucks on it. In the hallway we have, I've just bought this new unit so Elliot can put his shoes on there, and it's got a picture of shoes on it, and it's got a picture of him, and it's got a picture of a coat, one of his coats on anyway, the coat that he currently absolutely loves and wears everywhere and won't give up. He would probably sleep in it if he could. But that is how an example of how PECS has worked in our house, how we have used this form of communication to broaden my little boy's horizon and to make it easier for him to communicate and be less frustrated in the world. It has not only opened and made it easier in our house, but we also will take them out on a daily basis. So if we're going out to the shops, for instance, or we're going out somewhere, even if we're going on holiday, I will always make sure I have these with us. I will make sure I have these with us. I will make sure I have the normal things with us. This lot. Some of these I had to buy in a separate place. So some of them, like the car, for instance, it's not the same car as what the car that he normally likes. And also, if your child does attend school or nursery, you can always ask that place to copy what they have on there. So we have got snack time, which is the same as their place. We have got jigsaw, which is the same as at their place. We have got outside, which is exactly the same as what they have at their place as well. We have a few others which has really helped him get to understand the routines and how, like, what is going on during the day, because he doesn't seem to really understand the times, and 1 minute it's light and next minute it's dark, like the day's just gone, and he doesn't seem to understand the concept of, well, it's bedtime now, you know, this is what we're going to do now. But with these communication cards, you know, we've even got ones for the weather, so rain and snow and wind and sunshine. You know, we have got so many different variety of PECS that have really helped develop his skills using pictures. That at first he would be able to point to that, and then we'd go, you know, he could look through all of them and even choose what he wanted to eat. If he wanted juice, if he wanted milk, if he wanted cereal, you know, he doesn't often have milk on his cereal. He doesn't like butter, but there's stuff in here that he can communicate with us. That was probably his first ever one that I will never forget, and he would often point to that one, and every day, still to this day, if you look in the videos, we still have chicken nuggets every single day. PECS have been an absolutely phenomenal aspect in our life anyway. Please do go give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel. YouTube seems to help very much with the algorithm, so I will get off for now, and I will speak to you all again another night. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please like and share. Bye.